So today I'll be talking about syntactic planning, which is mainly based around priming. So there are actually three types. The first one is repetition, then other form-based, then semantic. So a primer is the word that comes first, and then after that the target word is a word that's actually in response to it. So repetition priming is actually easier to identify once you see it the second time, and it lasts for a long time. It's most effective on low frequency word, and it actually works within the domain. So the other one would be form-based priming. So this happens when there's two words that actually share similar letters in them, and they actually slow each other down, causing an inhibitory effect. So when it comes to semantic priming, there's three types. There's associative, there's the associative non-semantic, and also non-associative semantic priming. Associative priming is when it's an automatic process that takes place as it is subconscious and is independent from the context. It does not rely on the context of the whole sentence, and that the word that actually comes up when another word is mentioned. So for example, like a shirt. When you think of a shirt, what comes up is actually pants. And this is associative in a sense because you don't take a shirt and then after that you think of cake. So yes, it's an example of shirt and pants and associative priming. There is non-associative semantic priming. So this is different from the previous one. It actually depends on the context of the sentence. It is not automatic, and it is actually related by meaning, not associated, which means that these two words, they can belong to the same category, but they are not associated with each other, which means it's not thought of as connected to that word. Just like previously I mentioned it was the pants and the shirt, but this one is very different. Like for example, when you look at a rose, you think of love, you think of Valentine's Day, but you don't think of a sunflower. Yeah, sure, both of them, they belong to the same category, but you just don't associate them together. They may have the same meaning, they may be both flowers, but you just don't associate them together. So now let's talk about the effects that actually play a role in priming. So there is facilitatory, attentional, proportional, and inhibitory. So the facilitatory effect is when a suitable word is chosen based on context. For example, you say he likes to eat blank. So you say he likes to eat food, or he likes to eat noodles. You don't say he likes to eat cars, or you don't say that he likes to eat books. So yes, when we move on to this one, it has compared to the previous one, this one has two types. So attentional effect, it actually has the automatic one and also the non-automatic one. Like we've mentioned before, when it comes to automatic, it's actually something that is subconscious, we cannot prevent it. And then as for the other one, which is non-automatic, it's actually when you can. And the thing is, attentional priming, it actually is the basis of priming because it's all about inhibition. And because of inhibition, that recognition and everything else will become delayed. Just like the previous one, the inhibitory effect, it actually slows down the recognition of words, and then of course words are inhibited because of it. We shouldn't actually confuse this with repetition blindness, because repetition blindness is when, for example, you see a sentence that has two U's in a row. So we actually, instead of reading two U's, we actually cut out one of the U's. So that would be repetition blindness, and inhibitory effect should not be confused with that. Lastly, the proportional effect. It's when associated word pairs are constant in proportion if the priming is automatic. So the thing is, this is actually a theory because this is assuming that the priming is completely automatic. So for the proportional effect, the prime word proportions are actually varied so that it will actually affect the speaker's expectancy of the word that will come up next. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.